Hey guys, this is Jeff with Network Fitness. Some of you have been asking questions on how to use compression straps in order to get better results with your upper arm SMR work. You've been using this kind of stuff for the biceps, triceps. You put it on a table, put that arm there, and you open and close and try and dig in with those bumpy knobs, or with the lacrosse ball or football or some other product, and you just notice that your triceps or your biceps just aren't seeming to respond. Maybe take a lacrosse ball or your thumbs, you start digging in on the biceps here, and they just don't seem to let go. Those muscles seem to stay tight all the time. One way to help that work better is you use those compression sleeves from Skins or some of the other companies that make those sleeves you put on your arms. It actually does help circulation, help function through that area, so you can get a better response and recover better. One of the new developments is to take one of these rubber straps and use it for acute compression. So you take one of these straps, you wrap it around the limb, squeeze that tissue, restrict blood flow to some point, and then take it off, and all of a sudden you get much better circulation through that area. It's like a flood of blood flow through that area to help things work better, and that's kind of what we're looking for. When you're doing this to yourself, you want to pay attention to what your pain response is. If you're on painkillers or something else where you're numb in an area, you don't want to use these straps there, because you can't feel what's going on. Your body will naturally tell you if it's too tight or if you've had it on for too long. That's what we're looking for. So if you can't detect that pain sensation, don't use these straps. If you can detect that, then you're welcome to try this, but proceed with caution. The idea is this is self-care. You're not having someone do it to you, you're doing it to yourself. So I'm going to hold this in my right hand, I'm going to wrap this around my left hand, and I'm going to squeeze it around gently, and then hold that in place with the left, and then allow that rubber to hold on itself. So once I've got that around the first time, that's the trickiest part. Once you get that the first time, then you want to overlap it, maybe 50%, maybe less, maybe more. Honestly, wrap it so that the strap is touching itself. That's what counts. You want to put it as tight as is reasonable for you. You may notice that the tighter you put this, the more painful it is. It actually works against you. Don't put it so tight that you can't handle this. When you're wrapping this around, try and keep it as flat as possible as you wrap it around. You do not want to have this bundling up and folding in different ways. That does make a difference on how it squeezes on the tissues. So keep that as flat as possible as you wrap around. Doing this to yourself, you may have trouble tucking this in to the rubber strap at the end, so then you might actually need to just hold on to it with your fingers. However, if you can tuck this in on itself, then you would tuck it and actually have something to pull to loosen that up. That's the idea. You actually would wrap that around and tuck it, and then now I can just leave that here and go through range of motion where I'm flexing and extending that arm. You can do pushing movements where I'm actually pushing like a push-up, up and down. I can grab a pole, I can pull against that, I can grab a pull-up bar, I can pull against that. Any range of motion that's normal and natural, but you can see how those veins start popping out. That's kind of an indication you're going to start reaching a limit as to how long you should leave this on. Your hand starts going cold, time to get it off. 30 seconds to 2 minutes is a good range of motion, a good amount of time for you to leave this on as you're doing range of motion exercises with this strap. Any movement that's normal and natural to you, that's what you should do. Quick snapping motions, probably not a good idea. The tighter you put this, the less your tissues can stretch, and you can actually do damage if you move really fast. So you want to make sure you don't do any permanent damage. At some point between 30 seconds and 2 minutes for most of us, you want to take this sucker off. Your body's going to tell you, I've got to let go and get some circulation through there. When you take that off, you should feel literally like a waterfall sensation of blood flow through that area. You should feel like now, wow, that does seem to move a little bit better. This is a self-care concept. You shouldn't have to overthink it. Either it works better or it doesn't. If you've got someone working with you on this, a coach or a therapist, and they're doing it to you, they should know what they're doing. It's their job to know what they're looking for as far as a response from you. They'll tell you what to do. If you're doing it to yourself, listen to your body. If it hurts, take it off. If it doesn't feel right, take it off. All right, you should feel better after you take it off, but it should feel snug while you have it on, but not painful. You do this effectively, biceps, triceps, elbow issues start working better and better. You recover better from the workout, so you can train harder and recover faster. You can do this other stuff with the rollers, the balls, and so on, and all of it seems to work better. That strap, when you use it effectively, it makes your tissues more supple, more resilient, so you're far less sensitive when you do things such as massaging your bicep yourself or using a roller to get in there to work on the triceps, the biceps, whatever. So pair up the strap with your efforts with the SMR tools, using this, using the marble stones, using the rumble rollers or lacrosse balls. Do it all, you can take care of yourself, you can train harder and get better results. Good luck.